Good to see another regular face, eh? 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 Yeah, she doesn't give a shit about me. I get it. Alright, well. Alright, so you know how these videos go. I just make something that's fast and easy. So today we're going to be making cheese. You need a gallon of milk, some lemon juice, a thermometer, a cheesecloth, and a large bowl, as well as a large pot that can fit a gallon of milk. And you're going to want to pour that whole thing in here. Whole gallon of milk. You're going to want to use whole milk. If you use high temperature pasteurized milk, it won't work. You won't make cheese, and then you'll be sad because you'll have wasted a gallon of milk. So whole milk. Try to get like local whole milk. You know, the best kind of milk you can get is fresh milk for cheese, but it really just kind of changes the ratio of curds to whey. So now that we have all that in the pot, we're just going to turn this on high. Not that high. I'm probably going to turn it down as I go. What you want to do is you want to heat the milk all the way up to 200 Fahrenheit, about, I forget how many Celsius, 80 Celsius. That's why I have the thermometer. You don't actually need it. I guess you could just heat it and just eyeball it. But you just need to heat your milk without boiling it. You need to heat it all the way up to that boiling temperature, and then you need to take it off. Don't let the milk boil. That's the important part. So, we're going to heat this milk. It's going to take a while. It's a lot of cold milk. So yeah, I checked. I was correct with the temperature. We're going to need to heat it to about 200, 190 Fahrenheit, which is 87 to 90 Celsius. So, I mean, I'm going to get it in between there, basically. But while that heats, because it's still very cold, get a cup, put some salt in there. I don't know, like a tablespoon of salt. The salt is optional. The salt is just, I don't know. And then you're going to want an acid. So, you know, it's better if it's from fresh lemons. So I'm just using some straight up, like, prepackaged lemon juice. Synthetic lemon over here, but so I don't know, that's like a third a cup. That's just how much I had left in this little dinky bottle, so I'm just gonna use that much. Yeah, that's good. You just need an acid to separate the curds from the whey. It's a chemical process, basically. You can also use citric acid, the stuff that you can buy for canning. That's why you use the lemon juice. Or you can use, if you're fancy, rennet. But all it does is it separates the curds from the whey. So I might actually throw a little bit of rennet in there too. Why not? Why not? Just a couple drops. But you don't have to. This is the fancy way, which is why I'm not doing it this way. Yeah. Where'd that cap go? There it went. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take that cheesecloth over to the sink. First we're going to recycle this like good, human beings. And then we're going to take this cheesecloth over to the sink, and we're going to run it under hot water. You want to get the water as hot as you can stand it. This step is for, extra sanitation, but it's also just for keeping the... Oh, hi there, cat. It's also just for keeping the cheesecloth nice and wet already, so that when you put the curds and whey in, the whey is ready to seep through the cloth and not just, hydrate the cloth. So I've also put a colander in this bowl. This is optional. Just the best way that you can basically strain the curds from the whey. You will want a cheesecloth. Just a colander, it will just go through. You will lose a lot. And I think like a gallon of milk makes something like a half a pound of cheese. We are making, I didn't even mention, but you probably know from the title, we're making ricotta cheese today. So anyway, I'm gonna put a single layer. Not a double layer. I'm going to put a single layer. A lot of recipes tell you to use a double layer of cheesecloth, but it just takes forever, especially if you're doing a whole gallon. So I'm going to use a single layer. I'm going to line this colander. And when this gets to 200, it's still so cold. Ugh. I'm gonna take it off the heat. I'm gonna add this mixture. I'm gonna leave it for 20 minutes, and this time I mean it. 20 minutes, no touch. But we'll get there. I'll come back when we get there. Also, something I forgot to mention, wring out the cheesecloth. You don't want it like soaking, dripping wet. Save that for the panties, you know. Now, as your milk is heating up, you want to start stirring it. You don't want any milk to sit and heat unevenly. You want to heat as evenly as possible. What the hell is that? Well, come on. Jesus. Trying to make cheese over here. You want to continuously stir just to keep anything from sticking. Obviously, a wash pot never boils. We don't want it to boil, so watch your pot. That's kind of the key. You don't, like I said, you don't have to have a fancy thermometer like this. As long as you can tell when the milk has gotten to the near point of boiling, you'll probably end up with cheese. I've definitely done it without the thermometer before. This is a chemistry thermometer even, so like, who cares? But stir your pot. And, fun fact, Little Miss Muffet's curds and whey in the nursery rhyme is actually just a bowl of ricotta cheese. And that is what we're making. So it's very me, I guess, to be making ricotta cheese. Because I'm Little Miss Muffet. You get it? Do you get it? You get it. So when your milk gets to this point where it's kind of frothy, mine's at 70 Celsius currently, you want to be continually stirring this until it reaches temperature. You don't want to stop stirring this, or you will get like a weird hard bit at the bottom. I mean, you can pick it out when you're done making the cheese, but it's not worth it. I also turned the heat down to like a medium heat. Heat it slower now, since we're getting up towards that temperature. It is still a lot, so I do have the heat still, medium is still kind of high to be heating something slow, but, probably the slower the better, but I'm so damn lazy. So, here I am, mixing my cheese pot, and I'm just going to stay doing this until it hits the temperature. And then when it hits that temperature, I'm going to take it off the heat. I'm going to put it on that burner, and that's, I guess, where I'm going to see you again. All right? Yeah, all right. Okay. So as you can see, if I don't drop the thermometer in there, we hit the temperature. It went down like a degree or two because, I took it off the heat. That's fine. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to just pour in this. And we're going to mix it around, and you're going to immediately probably start to see some curdling from the acid. Just want to mix it in, and then, it's fine. It's a good amount of stuff. I trust it to curdle, I hope. Yeah, I trust it to curdle. I could have had some more lemon juice. Or in it. Or even citric acid. I have citric acid. Regardless, we are now going to just cover this and let it sit for 20 minutes. So I'll check on it again at 240. I might actually add some more lemon juice before. Oh my god, look at all that salt down there. Okay, I'm going to put some more lemon juice in here, and then I'm going to add this. I'm going to stir it in. It has been 20 minutes with no touchies. I just spun it to see inside, but it's been 20 minutes with no touchies. And it looks good. Looks like it's doing good. So, I'm going to take a long, sharp knife, and I'm gonna wait for this. Wait for it. Oh god, I'm gonna cut the cheese. Oh no! It didn't curdle as much as it needs to. I'm gonna add more lemon juice. Oh no. Yeah. Maybe I'll just add citric acid. Or more rennet. Just add more rennet. We're back. I waited another 10 minutes. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, that looks better. Let's see. Let's see. Can I? Wow, This milk really isn't curdling. I wonder what's wrong with it. Well, hey, I'm just gonna fucking wreck it, I guess, with some vinegar and citric acid. Just throw it all in there. If it doesn't curdle, man, I don't know what the fuck. Okay, well, I left it a little longer because obviously it didn't want to curdle, but clearly it has now. Looking quite interesting. I don't know if I've had a gallon of milk quite do this to me. Usually it forms like a nice hard curd, like in a big section. But this one definitely, don't know. And I added a lot of citric acid, so I wonder if it's going to affect the taste at all. We're going to see. Hopefully most of that citric acid stays in the water. Doesn't affect the taste of the cheese. Anyway, this is a very hard part for me to do one-handed. I'm going to pour that into this strainer, into the bowl, in small amounts at a time. Actually, something I can do before that to help myself out is I can get a slotted spoon. And I can take some curds out this way if I want. And I can try the cheese this way if I want. But, yeah, basically I gotta get all the curds into here. So because I did a whole gallon, I'm only going to be doing a little bit at a time like this, right? Because it's very hard for it to drain when there's so much in here. Your bowl fills up with liquid, and it's just hard to manage. In general, I actually like to make cheese and ricotta from a quart of milk as opposed to a gallon, but let me tell you the truth. I touched this gallon of milk at the store as well as my other gallon of milk and figured, coronavirus, I'll just get both and I'll just make cheese. So, yep, that's what I'm doing. But this is ricotta now. I'm going to put it into one of these glass receptacles. I'll probably need both. And then I might get away with just the big one, but I'm gonna put this into the small one because I can season them differently in different receptacles also, which is nice. But yeah, I'm just gonna continue to take the cheese out. You can strain it from anywhere between 6 minutes, 2 minutes to like 60 minutes. When they make ricotta cheese in bulk in like more factory farm settings, they just hang up the cheesecloth with all the ricotta in it. They just hang it for a few hours and just let it really drip out. But I don't feel the need to hang up my ricotta for hours, so I don't. Once you've got all your curds out of the pot, they're all drained. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, fresh ricotta cheese. It's beautiful. I can't wait. Oh my goodness. As a matter of fact, I cannot wait. Gimme. Oh, very worth it. And fun. Well, my phone died, but I'm back. So we got a pretty decent yield from that gallon. I'd say we have about a quart of ricotta cheese, and it's all seasoned and packed up. If you're going to be storing it for a long time, I would store it with some of the whey. I put the whey to the side because I like to water my plants with it. They love it. But you can also use it to make pasta. You can use it in a number of different ways. Yeah. So look up all the different uses for whey. There are tons. So yes, I have a ton of cheese now, and I'm very happy about it. I'm probably gonna eat like half of this just right now because I want to. But yeah, the fun part about making your own cheese is you get to season it however you like. I put in these ones a bit of Italian seasoning, celery salt, sea salt, and that's about it. I like a nice simple ricotta. I don't want the seasonings to be too much, but you know, fresh herbs and things always a good choice, and yeah, lots of options. I once made like 6 or 7 different little batches of ricotta and seasoned them all differently just to see what I liked. And when you have this much, it's not hard, you know. Have a cheese tasting party. Make cheese for a party, and then get crackers. And then when people are like, "Ooh, what is that?" You're like, "Oh, it's cheese that I made," and they'll be all impressed that you know how to cook a thing. Anyway, that's all I have for tonight. Cheese. Cheese. I don't know where the cat is, but cheese. Good night.